Today I would like to talk about Far Cry. The first game came out in 2004 and was made by Crytek, who of course went on to make the Crysis games. In 2008, Ubisoft had taken over and Far Cry 2 placed us in Africa as a hired gun suffering from malaria. 2012 saw us trapped on an island being chased by pirates in Far Cry 3, which established many of the game's mechanics for future Far Cry titles. In Far Cry 4 in 2014, we went to the Himalayas to scatter our mother's ashes and got caught up in a civil war. 2018 brought us to Montana as a sheriff's deputy facing off against a doomsday cult in Far Cry 5. And the latest in the series from 2021 puts us in the boots of a guerrilla fighter trying to overthrow a fascist dictator. There were also some spin-off games, but I'm not here to talk about any of them. Oh, and a film.
This is Jack Carver in a good mood.
But the less we talk about that, the better.
Absolutely outstanding.
Not really. I want to go back to the first one, or rather to 2 years before it when it was demoed at 2002's E3 Expo. The fine folk that make up the Far Cry Beta Research Project managed to unearth a working pre-alpha build, and thanks to some tinkering, it works, but only on Nvidia cards for some reason. An insane amount of work went into the article they made on the ModDB page, and I suggest you go check it out. There are also links to download this build just before the comments on the page, and I've copied them into my video text as well. To play the build, the first thing you need to do is run the executable, but instead of the expected farcry.exe file, the file is called exile.exe. Now, there's a reason for this, but that's a whole other video. If you start the game, it initially starts in a demo flyby of part of the island, which I'll let run through. To exit the demo, you can just press a mouse button. Cycling through the number keys, number 1 toggles between an MP5 and a P90. 2 does nothing. 3 is the Jackhammer shotgun. 4 is the AW50 sniper rifle. 5 is a rocket launcher. 6 does nothing. And 7 moves you back to the level start point.
Hey, I'm glad to see you, man.
Really? I don't think you are. Now you can shoot this V-22 Osprey aircraft down, but of course the only time I managed it, I wasn't recording. I'll get back to that one later. Let's see what the F keys do. F1 toggles a third-person mode. F2 changes from day to night, and it looks like it doesn't quite work with distant land in fog. This is an alpha. F3 enables flight mode, which is quite fun and seems to affect everything. Toggling it off again also affects everything. The flight mode makes for a quick way to explore and find some odd things that there were presumably plans for. Now, where's that osprey? Victory is mine! There's also a whole underground structure to investigate too, but rather than watch me, why not download it and try it out? Importantly, as I said before, it'll only work with NVIDIA cards, and for modern cards that's only if you replace a DLL file modified by one of the members of the ModDB group Discord. I've included it in the files link. AMD graphics card users are out of luck, I'm afraid. Looks like this build was only to be run on NVIDIA hardware. At least, to start off with. Right, I think that's probably enough for now. I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye!